play of Blacklist International too.
Yeah. No, I mean, Blacklist has no room for it.
Yeah. No, I meant like that Blacklist wants AP Bren. Said, hey, we don't have the Valentina. Go ahead.
They allowed it.
Yeah.
Could be. Looking at the draft index this time around, yeah, that's really down the wire.
Still very close, just a slight edge in terms of no significant. Oh, and there's a slight edge for AP Bren for the overall damage that their composition can dish out as of now. But of course, as it goes on, it will get even different.
Still begs the question too, what do you put in the gold lane, right? For the most part, this series anyway, there's been a lot of attention to the gold lane for both teams.
Yeah,
you know, let's protect them, let's let them duke it out themselves. You know, how do they do that?
Game 3 was almost single-handedly won by a gold laner.
Exactly.
In the hands of KL1. So in that case, he is the one. Batting out the Brody here, AP Bren, Blacklist does the same for the X. All right, that's cool. I like it. They read it the situation.
And Blacklist International would really need to ban out the Blink here. Because if they're taking away the X, the Blink is the last best possible option in terms of like artillery, a little bit more weighing the back gold laners. So that would really, okay, if this is I just said a Clint. That's a Clint ban outside of Blacklist, and the Bruno ban now from AP Bren. Irithel and Claude are still available as long as they
You have the Outlaw and the Sheriff. I'm actually for batting the Clint. Clint looks good right now for AP Bren.
Yeah, there's not a lot of dive right now for Blacklist. The dive relies too heavily on the Edward again with his penalty zone, maybe the flicker combo. But maybe they might play into it, but that means Haji would have to play a more aggressive role, which is what Blacklist is
Looking for a new one.
looking for in you.
Yeah, like they want to not let Haji play that style that he's so known for. You know, they kind of want to force him to have those initiations to be a little more aggressive. And with the first 3 picks that they have, they could make that happen. There's an interesting last ban though from Blacklist International. It's going to be Yuzhong here.
They're still protecting OM.
Yeah.
Does this mean that they want them to pick up also the export, which has been the answer for the Drizzler for the most part?
In this scenario, I'd want something a little bit more easier to dive with. But then the Benedetta at this point would be difficult, Paquito. Yeah, I think Blacklist just forced AP Bren into picking up the export. But the Uranus is still okay here, honestly.
Yeah, no, if I may, from game 3, yeah, the X-Borg was kind of underwhelming. If you don't get the full-on last Insanities or you get your Farag armor popped before you're ready, that's it, nothing. You're done.
They pick up the Irithel. Okay, so now the Clint. They want a little bit more maneuverability.
You know what's left open?
What?
The Angela.
Ooh.
The Angela is still open. So if AP Bren so decides, they can put the Angela in. Never mind. Reading the next laner. I got too excited.
Yeah. Might be the Uranus, but that's why they pick up the Claude, because they're reading into the Uranus pickup right now.
An old friend of ours. Well, friends of ours.
Let's see. Rome for Renegade.
Wait, I was going to say, what if they did take up the Angela though? Okay.
There.
It was the Blacklist.
Yeah. So
I was talking about AP Bren.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
going
going
to pick up the Irithel.
Right. And that
Explain
works so
Baksha.
well.
Expedite by. Oh, wait, no, yeah, they banned out the Baksha. Now I got excited. They're stuck with the Uranus pickup.
You played yourself.
This is just a different pattern from what we've seen for a while.
Esmeralda or Benedetta?
Yeah, it has to be damage or split, anything. Oh, excuse me, the R-Lock. Right.
There it is. Damage and CC. How about it? And a side of sustainability.
Balances out a little bit more, but the support utility again, Blacklist leading into their signature play style. The sustained damage for both, close, but AP Bren's early mid scaling. Much better right now, statistically. However, we know Blacklist is natural to play the map very well with how AP Bren's lineup looked like. If they lean too hard into playing for that quick scaling, team fighting, that burst that they have, they might fall into the trap of just losing their map.
If that happens.
If that happens.
But so far the problem in game 3 was they went too slow. So they can overshoot. They can overshoot.
I think one of the things here too, whether they're what they've learned, I guess, from the last 3 games, and the fact that Blacklist International momentum on their side, this lineup actually works really well for them. Biggest factor that I have that I always don't like to point out, but it is the case. Quad takes a while.
Yep.
He's got to build up.
It's all in again. It's all in Gel 1. It's all on OHEB. Blacklist looking to even the score. This is game number 4.
All right, conditions for both. Know it. Early to mid game, AP Bren. Mid to late game, Blacklist International. Blacklist wants to play a little bit faster, and they can do so through. Oh no, not over to get that. If they can get the Claude out early, they can get a good timed, well-timed rotation onto the Claude to take down the hit.
Yep, that's the Restream force out of Sensui. Something to know, gentlemen. Look at this killing spree on Kyle.
Yeah, and the side of Blacklist, that's wilderness blessings and agility all across the board.
That's wild.
That is wild. That's fast.
Bless.
That's how I like it.
This is quite some work as well from Ogwin. But, you know, again, these early kind of aggressive tactics by both teams that they like to do this, it does kind of give them an edge if they can pull it off.
Yep, we're looking at Turtle here, coming up in about 30 seconds. We can expect a few more rotations from our junglers. Sensui just about to get his orange, so it's clear where this 200 something gold lead maybe Bren's coming from the first minute of the game.
There was something actually pointed out by our analyst that Edward for the first one game was a little bit too shaky, or
Oh, wow. Well, that one is going to hurt as he falls early on. 30 seconds in. Wait, hold on. I'm not sure if that timer's actually up to date.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
30 seconds is more time, given that we are at the turtle, which spawns at 2.
There you go.
Have you heard of something called the castle curse?
the Casper curse. What is that?
You had to mention it, and it immediately happens.
That was us.
That was us.
Yeah, that was we. And right now, this is a turtle. Just going in the hands because of everything. Curse or not, AP Bren gets that first turtle pretty much free.
Okay, so the point I actually wanted to make was that Edward was a little bit not as confident with the setups that he wanted to go for, that he could have gone for. As OHEB is now double laning, but now that he has an Angela with him, yeah, he's going to be much more confident with just flickering, penalty zoning with his heart's content.
Yep.
So AP Bren, acknowledging that, actually made their first major rotation to try and take down Edward. So that was the right call. So they are still really looking at Mr. Rizla as the biggest thorn on their side in the early to mid. That's the biggest thing stopping them from snowballing.
Which kind of makes sense why Kyle TZ is so gung-ho on picking the Martise. I mean, Martise is what? At best, tier 1.5 coming in.
I think you're going to want to go for Sensui at least. Just whittle him down a little bit. Few also holding on to the heavy spin.
Yeah, actually like this. If I'm Few, although I know Few's like way better than me in this game, get the heavy spin over the Nether Realm, because instead of matching the Nether Realm, you take them out of position, negate the effect of them sticking together. Disperse them.
Then destroy. As I was saying, the Decimate kind of deals with the BOS, man.
That body is Smith.
It goes right through.
Yeah.
Ah, that's true.
All right, here we go. Renegade in trouble.
Yeah, gonna have to flicker out. That looks like it. Super Marco getting a kill here. Now they're planting themselves in Blacklist jungle. Again, just making it pretty much difficult for Sensui, especially to have kind of a relaxed rotation through all this.
They're waiting now. Blacklist to respond to this. They could go for AP Bren, and yep, they're playing to how their playstyle wants to be. Early to mid scaling. Let's see how deep they are going to go to trying to take this purple buff away from Sensui, but the turtle is about to spawn, so they back off. Now easy. Rushing Thunder Strike.
He's aggressive, man. He's aggressive. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, he's got to be here. Remember that they pretty much just went with the Haka Sensui route for the majority of the games. They give him this Akai here now. They want to be able to fight through it with this Martes. Now they're going to find it out for the turtle here. Second one of the game. AP Bren full force. Sensui here by himself. Gets the heart guard. Gets the turtle on top of it. And gets out of there. Blacklist is happy with that.
Just Sensui. Literally, just Sensui can do that.
Folks, name something more iconic than Sensui, his Akai, and stealing away turtles from 4 or 5 members of the opposing team.
Forget about turtles, even Lords.
And Lords too.
He's done it before. OHEB.
Oh!
Gonna force him back. Ogwin now here to help out. But notice how much work OHEB is doing in overdrive. He's sometimes managing 2 lanes the best he can. But Super Marco, because he got that early kill, has also helped keeping it pretty much even economy-wise.
It's about a minute and a half until the next turtle spawns, and yeah, it's been a while since we last checked in on Flapteasy and Edward. It's interesting. Edward's holding, Flapteasy holding Edward hostage. He can't leave.
He really maximizes. Oh, Flapteasy using the final slash. Was that too preemptive, or did he mean to use the flicker alongside it? I don't know if that was a blunder or just preemptive by Flapteasy, but they don't have a final slash. Good thing it comes back quickly. By the way, one interesting thing I want to point out here by Valentina, it actually built the enchanted, Necklace of Duran.
Uh-oh, there's the heavy spin. They're gonna go for Few here. Hard guard along with the Blazing Duet. Few could be in trouble. Gonna try to run away from this. Won't be able to do it. Edward gets the kill here. So the answer, now Blacklist International on the board. Making their way. Oh, a huge final slash gonna come through. Haji has that Netherrealm to help him out. Nothing comes of it, despite a great placement with a final slash from Flapteasy.
Interesting. AB Bren moving forward, moving back. Wasn't sure exactly what they were doing. If they were going to be leaning hard into that final slash. And kudos to Few. I mean, I understood what he was trying to do. He tried to juke Blacks International. He tried to flicker on backwards.
Yeah, I think he was trying to. I feel like he was just trying to get a bit of damage off before he went down. If ever he could have gotten a combo off, but at that point,
That's true.
at that point, it was just way too much to handle.
There were 4 members of Black.
Okay, APB. See how they're going to be playing this, because they're a little bit more comfortable into the side lane, so they're still trying to manage their macros, which is the right choice. Full 5v5 team fight, though, they got to find the Paramis or the Claude. I feel like Flapteasy might want to hold on to that final slash, or use it early, hold on to some key abilities, and then fight again.
So Sensui, can he do it again? He's gonna try to, but forced out of this one. Not gonna be close enough at all. Goes in the hands of Kyle Teasy. They've got the 2 turtles. Blacklist with the 1. So how does the next big objective fight go, and what do they find before it?
It's about 2 minutes until the Lord. Photos built on both sides. Ogwin and Renegade sprint on Ohem so he can get on out of there right before Flapteasy got to him. Oh, it's clear. AP Bren won this turn.
That cooldown reduction is a chase for the Valentina. Necklace of Duran's priority. Yeah, very rare, because now that delays the damage output, so it sort of delays your snowball factor on the side of AP Bren. But I think for them now, they aren't thinking of the Valentina as the one of the carry options. They're thinking more utility, and it's going to be up to the Irithel and the Martis to be the snowball.
That's right. Right now, they made the call and say, you know what? You're going to be utility. You're going to be getting heavy spin anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
So play the role.
They need that too, obviously, with what they're up against, especially with the Angela on board. But with all that, they're going to be happy getting this turret. They'll make their way now to the next one. We're still a minute away from the Lord.
What is this? Flapteasy and Ogwin taking control of the bush. Coming in. Final slash.
Final slash going to come through. Do they have the follow-up? Again, a lot of this is just kind of pushing and pulling. Not really committing, though, from AP Bren. They just kind of want to keep things going. They call it the business of feint. Feint. F-E-I-N-T.
Spelling that out, I almost forgot how to do that.
Some people might think F-A-I-N-T.
That's a different kind. That's the not fun kind, unless you're no one's into that. No one's into that.
That's well, I am into that. Song from Linkin Park.
Ah,
There it is.
yeah.
Don't start singing it.
Miss you, Chester.
Back to the action, folks. Mid lane pressure by AP Bren. 1.6k gold lead. Lord spawning in just 5 seconds. I'd say 50-50 unless, they force an APC.
Another one defensively.
But here's to the final slash. Final slash will come back quicker. Let's see. Watch out for the green dots on 2 XPs laners.
Flapteasy just sitting on Sensui for now. Certainly going to come through. Edward doesn't have what he needs. He still has a flicker. If he has to, he's in trouble. Flapteasy will get the kill. Heartguard going to be used on OEB as well. Still going to be fighting for this Lord. AP Bren with the numbers advantage. Going to be pushed back a little bit. Super Marco quite low as well. Blacklist International has great fighting potential here. Can they pull through?
Watch out, Super Marco does not have an ult, and they're dashing into the back.
Dashing into back, Haji, the focus, Flapteasy once again, gonna force him there. Oakwood with the circling eagle. Still gonna be fighting for a heavy spin. They're trying to keep him at bay. Supermarco will secure the Lord. And Flapteasy gets the stuns off, but still going to be chasing them down. They're running here on the defensive. Flapteasy, the rest of the crew. Edward goes in with the penalty zone. Can't find Supermarco though. Oheb's gone. Haji's quite low. Flickers for his life. And now it's Kyle Teasy running for the team. They're happy with it. They got the Lord.
Few for Oheb. Oheb for few. That's a trade AP Bren's going to take twice on Sundays.
We didn't have the award just yet in Season 6, but it was unanimous. Everyone saw Flapteasy as a Rookie of the Season, and shapes of that again!
Sensui, tanky enough to take all of it and still live. But right now, they still have to get back, heal up, and get ready for this Lord pushing in.
The Filipino cannon has been let loose. And so far, all throughout that minute of action, AP Bren have crawled their way back into a lead. Comfortable 3,000 gold.
Oh, wow. Okay, looking at the gold laners up to a Maleficent Roar is that Irithel, but the combo of the Angela plus the Claude is what sends Supermarco back in the fight up again.
Flapteasy once again pressing the situation, but ultimately they get the tier 2 top and bottom. And now they make their way down the mid.
Thank you for reminding me. That was actually his nickname, his moniker. I was thinking of it, but we called him the Philippines.
Oh! Again, unleashing here. A huge threat. Now we're going to jump in with the penalty zone. We're just trying to keep him at bay. Oheb with the blazing duet in the hard guard. That's much though, because Kyle Teasy gets the kill. They don't care about the heart guard as they put the pressure on Blacklist International.
AP Bren not letting them breathe. Those are two key pickoffs. Blacklist need these two players to defend. AP Bren looking to penetrate in mid.
Still going to be going, even without it. Final slash again. It's the lowest cooldown here, and they can't push on forward. But AP Bren right now is dominating.
Take it back. This is not Season 6 Flapteasy. This is M2 World Championships Flapteasy. Boy did not have a cooldown on the Black Dragon form in Singapore.
Wow, you saw it here, non-stop. Final slash after final slash, making the most out of the stun. Initially from that Arlott and then sweeping anyone. Blacklist International are just, they just keep getting caught off guard. It's like, he's not gonna, oh he did? Oh, he's not gonna, oh he did again?
Bet you would believe Blacklist wish they had at least one Purify.
Whew. Yeah, they're wishing they had that one Purify.
Not just the final slash, fam. Even his fully charged second skill. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And then the full proc.
What? Accurate sound effect there from that Arlott.
I don't play enough Arlott to know.
It sounds about right.
Cool. Good sounds, nice.
Thank you.
Kyle Teasy also very clutch with maximizing his control abilities as well, especially when Oheb and Reniche went in with that blazing duet.
Oh, we've seen this several times in the regular season. 4 out of 5 members have all CCs, and it all just comes into this beautiful formula. This cocktail.
Oh, final slash again on Oheb. Gonna force him to think twice. Now Sensui gonna be the focus. They push him back. He can't even get near the Lord right now.
Close enough.
But can still go through. He's too late even with a heavy spin. Ogwen's gonna jump in. They get the nether realm out. Flapteasy at the front of the line. Final slash not gonna connect with the way. Edward gonna jump in. But where's the firepower from Blacklist International? The blazing duet's doing nothing, and they run back.
AP Bren happy with what they got. That's a Luminous Lord scored for them, giving them a 6-day gold lead here, just past 14 minutes.
Everyone waits with bated breath as our two M5 representatives are putting on a clinic. This is how you play the game. This is why the Philippine Metal bricked not once, not twice, but 3 World Championships running, baby.
4 years in a row and counting. The Filipinos have been on top of the world. And this is exactly why. Look at this. The people here at EVM Convention Center could not wait. But good news, folks at home, this does give us a few moments after to digest exactly what's going on.
There's a lot going on here. And, you know, it makes me, again, question, like, you even saw it. And I feel like this is, in a way, why Claude kind of fell off a little bit, right? I mean, even given the current time we are in the game, Familiar face right there. Game 7. That's what we're hoping for, by the way. But yeah, you saw the blazing duet with the hard guard combination, right? I mean, it wasn't enough at all, really, in that team fight. So it makes you wonder if you somehow, if your Blacklist International buy another 5, maybe 8 minutes, and that Claude is fully locked, will that make a difference? Will it be enough? Because right now, they are dealing with Flap Teasy, man.
Hold your horses. I agree if they can get to that point. But the pace that AP Bren is playing at, nay, the pace that Flap Teasy is playing at, they'd be lucky to get 3.
3 minutes.
Yeah, they're already in the base. I mean, knocking on the doors. That last Lord, since Sui spent the heavy spin to try to even get the entry. Oh, hey! That's John Paul! Oh! That's John Paul! Oh! That's 2 out of the big 3. If you know, you know. Well, this is the 3rd right here.
Yeah, that was John Paul, Tristan, and Renegade. And Midnight. We all know at some point Midnight was actually the coach for Next Play Evos back in MPL Philippines Season 9. But he did get to experience.
I am retroactively jealous of Midnight.
Yeah.
Kind of wish I was Midnight sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
Looking back, I did get to drive him off to the boot camp and pick him up whenever we would need to go out, but
Really,
the past is the past.
Yeah, I didn't.
Really?
I did not know that.
Yeah. At the time, Next Play Evos' boot camp was very near my house. Anyways, back into the action here, folks. Snap back to reality. We're about 14 minutes into game number 4.
So that was my thing, right? I mean, Oheb has 4 items that he pretty much needs. He's even got a little defense here, but like we saw previously as he works on this last item, there wasn't much damage at all being dealt to AP Bren.
Yep, still on the way to that Malefic Roar, see if he can build it. And look at that, no Enchanted Talisman for the Valentina. Maybe that might be his next item. Nope, he's going for a wine over there. Interesting choice. So he kind of used the Necklace of Durance as sort of like an Enchanted Talisman.
Here we go. AP Bren gonna make it into their base. And look at the burst here.
The burst is so much to deal with. Sensui feeling it as well. Turret gonna go down, top and mid. Now making their way to the bottom. They want to fully expose this base of Blacklist International right now. Again, final slash gonna go through. Edwards in trouble. Super Marco gets the kill. Now going to be working on the turret. Blacklist is down a member. AP Bren wants to push it in. They get the flicker out. There's the blazing duo with the hard guard, keeping them at bay with the crystal. A couple hits away. Can they do it? AP Bren's at match point.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. And the Hive knows exactly what's up. The Bees are just 1 game away from the championship.
Just like our expert wingman, they know it, they feel it. The one is what they're looking for, and Flap Teasy showed why out of everyone else, he was the original Teasy bro. What an Arlong performance by Flap.
Again, it didn't even feel like the final slash was final at all. He had it all the time. And half the time he wasn't even using a flicker. Like usually when you see our players, they're making plays every time the flicker's up. Sometimes he didn't even need it.
Nope. He would just put himself where he needed to be and just... Here's the thing. The first time Blacklist International and AP Bren met, they attacked Sensui. Wonton mayhem on his hero pool. Swept. This time around, AP Bren have pulled out a few tricks. They figured out that, hey, you can let Oheb through, but if you attack Agent Zero, different story.
Wow, man, the impact right now of the drafting of these 2 teams. Agent Zero is the guy that AP Bren are focusing on alongside Sensui. But this felt like a little bit of a flex by AP Bren. He got his high. That's his pick.
Yeah.
And then, even though he was able to get steals, the control of AP Bren had to not give Blacklist International a lot of opportunities to take their classic traits. It's massive.
They attack hero pools, they attack lanes, they attack the economy. Let's see what our analysts think here of game number 4.
Highs and Bees running high match point for AP Bren.
laban sa Blacklist International. Very amazing performance mula dito sa ating former M2 World Champions. And ito, dito natin tayo kung paano nila ginawa ito laban sa Blacklist. Muli kami ang inyong mga kasama dito sa ating stand. Ako nga pala si Midnight. And kasama ko pa rin dito si Elgin. Si game number 4. Okay, may pinag-uusapan tayo kanina. Ano yung napansin mo dito, Elgin?
First, yung parang binibigay ng Bren. Ewan ko kung totoo, pero parang binibigay ng Bren lagi yung Terisla kay Edward. And I think yung malaking turning point nung medyo natagilid na talaga yung Bren is nung second Lord fight na na-pick off ng Bren si Edward.
Yep. And in terms of pick-off, ito si Flap TZ naman talaga yung nag-enable ng mga constant skirmishes for EP Bren. Having his Arlot on their side, 203 ang kanyang KDA, pero pinaka-importante rito is yung presence nung final slash na. Interestingly, past few days, nakikita natin yung Arlot sa kamay ng Blacklist International, specifically in the hands of Edward. Pero this time, it is on Flap TZ. The way that he splits up the fight, tulad nga na nabanggit mo kanina, yung pag-pick off sa second Lord, doon na nagkaroon ng turning point yung AP Bren. Kasi parang early to mid, kita natin na nagkakaroon ng ambahan yung dalawang teams ito. Parang hindi tayo sure kung sino ba lamang sa early game. Although sure tayo kasi yung AP Bren ang may hawak ng Iritel, pero hindi rin naman ganun kadali mag-push for their side. Pero ang naging crucial dito is yung mga turtle takes din ng AP Bren. Specifically, the matchup between Kyle TZ pa din na rin kay Shinsui. Pero nakikita natin nakakakuha pa rin ang Blacklist International because of the Shinsui instincts.
Kasi late game mas in favor of Blacklist dahil sa Angela Claude. Kaso yun nga, I think katulad kanina nangyari na pick up si Edward. If mag-check push nun si Edward, maganda medyo nakaabang din yung ibang teammates niya. Kasi kanina mag-isa siya nung nag-check bush, tapos doon siya nahuli.
Dapat may follow talaga.
Medyo may nakasunod sa kanya.
And medyo naging awkward din talaga yung teamfight. Kasi yung dynamics ng laban dito ng Blacklist, medyo naghihintay sila ng farm from Moeb, wala na silang natural tank. It's all in Shinsui and of course Edward. And syempre kapag nasa objective takes ka, hindi naman pwedeng mauna yung jungler mo. Kasi ilang beses natin nakita, si Shinsui, ino-all-inan ng AP Bren. Like, literally all the spells na kaya mo iba to, binabator sa Akai, pinaforce yung heavy spin, pinaforce din actually yung Netherrealm kay Paramis para lang i-save yung jungler ng Blacklist International. Pero tama ka naman, may late game factor pa yung Blacklist International because of the Claude and the Angela. Pero in terms of damage talaga is hindi rin nagkulang yung AP Bren. All they needed to do was just execute and of course yung kaya sabi mo kanina yung pag-pick off mula dito kay of course yung kay Flap TZ, yung Arlot, yung nag-i-start ang laban dito for the side of AP Bren. Now, it's really crucial for us to look at the emblems here. I like the fact na ang daming sapatos sa side ng Blacklist International. Sobrang daming movement speed, di ba?
Alam mo, maglalakbay talaga sila eh.
Yung parang Dora the Explorer. Buong mapa gustong lakarin ng Blacklist. And it makes sense kasi yung Claude, alam natin, nagdo-double wave yan. Yung Paramis, tsaka of course yung Angela, literal na naglalakad din kung saan-saan dahil sila yung tank support. And si Edward dito, naka-wilderness blessing din. Ang kaso, if you look at the composition of AP Bren, they don't really care much about mobility kasi number one, kaya kanilang habulin. And again, yung reset, yung initiation factor ni Arlot, it kicked in.
Ang sakit sa ulo ng Marty sa Arlot eh. Ilang beses na isolate ni Arlot yung ibang teammates eh.
Yeah, and actually may point nga sa game na na-cancel din ni Kyle TZ yung Blazing Duet ni Oheb with the Mortal Coil. Unfortunately, pagtalo niya, he did use a sprint, he did use a Blazing Duet. Unfortunately, na-knock up siya sa huling Mortal Coil ni Kyle TZ. And kita natin din yung severe lack of damage coming out from Oheb. Yung Claude, dahil nga na-nerf yung kanyang Blazing Duet, 55% na lang yung effect na nakukuha niya. Yung nakukuha niya effect from the item, sama na 55%. So medyo mababa din talaga yung damage output ni Claude for Blacklist International. All the while AP Bren, na kailangan lang nila is yung constant objective takes, specifically with Super Marco having this Iritel. Do you think, ano yung mga kailangan ayusin dito ng Blacklist sa kanilang lineup?
I think tulad nung ginawa nila nung Game 3 na talagang nagbago yung gameplay nila kasi nakakabigla yung Matilda, Faramis, Kaja.
Yeah. So, yung dynamics parang bumalik. So, they really have to find a lot of ways to resolve this problem. Kasi yung game ng 4, medyo kulang din talaga ng damage. Kinulang sa early game ang Blacklist International. Of course, yung fraud factor na punish din heavily ng AP Bren. Again, match point na to for the Beast and the Hives
dahil 3-1 na ang score nito for AP Bren laban sa Blacklist International. Pero bago ang lahat, gusto ko na sabihin sa inyo na ang Abyssal Wing Draw Event is back again and are now available. You can also enjoy Selena Lady Vengeance at 29% off in the exchange shop. Lagi na kayo sa game and kunin nyo na yung 50% off sa inyong first draw every day. Naku, ba biscuit?
Oo, nakuha ko na.
Ako, di ko pa nakuha. Actually, di pa ako nakakapagbukas ng
Hindi ka pa
ML.
nakapagbukas. Busy kayo eh.
Oo nga, busy eh. Anong favorite mo skin?
Ha?
Anong favorite mo skin?
Yung kay Franco na yung legend niya.
Oo, yung may ano.
Kasi parang feeling ko yung pinakasulit na legend skin.
Yung ba yung pag nag-bloody hunt, may effect na lumalabas sa likod ni
Yung
Franco?
pag nanghuli ka, feeling mo huling-huli.
Ako, ano naman, share ko lang yung ang pinaka-favorite ko skin, yung kay Ling, yung si Rain Plume. By the way, shoutout kay H2 dyan, sa gilid-gilid. Yan, mga Ling gods. Pero now, looking at game number 5, do you think, ito tatanungin kita, kasi gusto kong makakita din ito eh. Do you think may mga lalabas na assassins?
Sana. Kasi sa totoo lang, kaya ang sarap din panoorin ni Kyrie. Kasi ang dami...
Okay lang,
Kasi kapag mga jungle assassins, mas malaki yung chance ng outplay. Yun doon nagsisigawan yung mga tao, halimbawa si Hayabusa, Ling, di ba? Yung mga tank junglers, talagang makikipagbardagulan lang eh. Fredrin.
Well, makikita natin yan dahil may dalawang assassin players sa magkabilang kumparan. So we'll see if Blacklist and AP Bren will oblige to go for the assassin picks sa next game. Pero bago lahat, pato muna natin kay Mara Aquino para sa konting chismis dito sa ating bit.
Alright, MPL Arena, mag-ingay para kay H2 and Yawi! Oh, anong koponan ang sinusuportahan nyo? Blacklist or AP Bren?
Siyempre, kung nasan si Rene J. Blacklist.
Oh, kung nasan si Rene J. Blacklist, ikaw?
Blacklist, siyempre. Tinalo kami kahapon eh.
Oh, di ba kahit sila naglaglag sa inyo kahapon? Bakit Blacklist ang boto mo ngayon?
Ano po si Rene J. Tsaka lakas po nila.
Dahil nandun si Rene J. Okay. Para kay Rene J, may ginagawa siyang dance usually. Ano nga bang tawag doon?
Baka Rene J. ito.
Okay. Habang kinakanta mo, ako na lang. Okay.
Ikaw rin, madam. Sayo mo rin.
Hindi ko.
Ka rin.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sige. Ikaw yung kumanta. Ano nga ba to? Okay. Sige, go. 3, 2, 1.
Baka Rene J. ito. Baka Rene J. ito. Baka Rene J. ito.
Dapat ako gagawa nun. Dapat kayo sa pinasayo ako. Okay. Sige nga. Okay, si Rene J right now, kung talagang kilala niyo siya, prediction nga anong hero lalabas niya next.
Feeling ko, kailangan niya na ilabas yung signature hero niya eh. Yung Chu. Tingin mo.
Oh, ikaw.
Ako tingin ko, Matilda. Hero niya.
Matilda and Cho. Kapag mali kayo, anong gagawin niyo? Kailangan mag-post kayo sa social media mamaya. Oh, anong gagawin mo?
Hindi ko alam eh. Rene J, pick mo yung Chu ah.
Sa lahat ng nanonood, kapag nagkamali kayo, okay, kailangan yung sayawin. Yung baka Rene J to.
Sige,
Baka
sige,
Rene J.
sige.
Oh, yan ha. Oh, okay. Nag-promise sila. Ito, yung Blacklist, they're down right now. Match point. Ano ba kailangan gawin?
Hindi, kaya yan. Diwala lang kay Rene J.
Diwala kay Rene J. Pag gantong moment ba, napapala ba si Rene J? Quiet ba siya sa mga gantong kasi kilala niya siya eh? Or vocal ba?
Hindi, mas nanggigigil yun pag lamang yung kalaban. May reverse sweep yun.
Tsaka, feeling ko kailangan niya rin,
Kailangan na?
kailangan niya rin kasi mag-wow siguro sa stage eh.
O, kailangan niya mag-wow. Mamaya mag-wow kayo. Sabi niya pag mali kayo, ha? Joy Matilda. Message para kay Rene J.
Message ko kay Rene J, super proud ako sa'yo na nakarating ka ng finals and yun, good luck and sana makuha niya tong champion. Kaya mo to.
Sana good luck sa'yo Rene J kung matagal mo nang ginagrind ka simula NXP. So nakaka-proud na nasa finals ka na rin and may chance ka pa mag-world champion.
Nakakatuwa nga, no? Babalik ka ba next season? Babalik ka? Anong team?
Abangan niyo daw sang bansa daw.
Ah! Sa Pilipinas. Sa Pilipinas, sa ibang bansa.
Secret.
Secrets.
Bawal pa sabihin.
Okay, aabangan na lang natin. So ngayon, ready na sila. Sabay-sabay natin iba to sa ating mga casters. Casters? Pasok.
Not to take the attention away from this very critical moment, but H2O, as instigated by Yaoi, may have dropped the bomb there.
There was some wordplay there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe some wordplay. Because what did he say when asked about which team? He just said,
Secret?
Think about it.
Draw the lines, look back at their affiliations and very close relations. You'll know what we're talking about. Welcome back to the Desk After Service. My name is Leo here with Naisu and Renmar Santa Cruz. It's us, We Bear Bros. Smack dab right in the middle of this best of 7. Currently, the score is 3-1 with AP Bren at match point, pushing Blacklist International to the limit. Let's talk about some stats real quick about roamers all around the world, specifically Filipinos and one Indonesian man. I'm a big fan of Keyboy, by the way.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are fans of Keyboy out there. But if you're matching this up, there's a very distinct play style from these roamers, and it's pinnacle for a lot of their team success.
and Ogwen, again, his next all-star rover for the season, and he's flexing it. There were some doubts on his inclusion into that list, but I believe ever since their upper bracket finals match against Blacklist International, and even here now, he really showed off why he's the all-star rover.
Wait. I didn't know his Matilda was 100%. I assumed it was a pretty high win rate, but no, at 100%?
Wow. I did not realize that either.
I do miss me some Baloyski again. There was a time where he forced the Rafaela game after game after game of series, and then he does have the pocket movie. And of course, you have Keyboy on his Kaja and Edith, which were breakout heroes in season 12.
Do you think that he's actually going to do it? Do you think actually Renegade, I know we have to translate some things here for our international viewers.
That's
Do you-
right.
Well, they probably heard the hero name. Do you think they're going to pick the Cho or what was his other signature
Matilda.
pick? Matilda. I would, if it works in the lineup, I'd like to see him on the Cho.
Well, it depends on what AP Bren get. I mean, so far it's whoever gets. Oh, wait, no, the Faramis one, not anymore. It doesn't scream Blacklist, although he had one really great game. He had an MVP performance
On the show.
In the regular season.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly when. So it is a possibility, but it's a very specific draft scenario. Because again, they're not playing for pick-off around the mid. They're again always going to play for OHEM unless they switch things up.
And these days, the show is a little bit more of a acquired taste. Your draft has to favor the show, and at this point, I wouldn't even compare.
PH versus the World Hero stats for mid laners, Tino Varia and MPC and MPLMY. They love that pick here. Here in the Philippines, yeah, we do, but so far, again, in this series, it's Faramis for these two mid laners. Earlier was UN, now it's also Haji, but for these two teams, again, playing around the Faramis so well, I'm actually surprised that the Barca hasn't made an appearance in this series. I thought he'd show up a bit more because of the impact that the Barca had for Blacklist International when they started picking it up more.
Yeah, interesting that they haven't yet because it's been a lot of Faramis Valentina. We've even seen I mean, we went from, I would say, the regular season of a lot of flexibility and variation in the mid lane to like very narrowed down, by the time we got towards the end of it and then into playoffs, so, but I just think that's where things fell in place, especially after that whole patch came through.
Yeah, to be fair, as season 12 started, I think the general consensus, the zeitgeist of the MLB esports community was, this betting is pretty tight. There are very few heroes across the board, and now that we're in the twilight of the playoffs, I'd say it's healthy. I'd like to think that there's a good amount of give in all roles, in all positions, and AP Bren's at the forefront of that. They forced certain heroes. Blacklist reintroduced the Populous to play the jungle. Is that going to come into play here this time around? Because given now, look, even your signature Akai might not even cut it anymore. Maybe AP Bren got you caught checkmate on that. What's Blacklist to do going into game number 5?
Take a page out of RSG's book. Bring it back. Aldous. Crazy.
Was not expecting that.
I know.
Was not ready for that.
Yeah, was not ready for that.
See, told you guys I'd get you. What if, increase the stacks? He hurts. He scales surprisingly fast, folks.
But we're talking about match point. Isn't that Is that too much risk?
Am I dreaming right now? What is it?
Is this like...
Guys,
Okay,
think about it. These two, what they've done in the playoffs, they've made it this far because of the picks and the creativity they showed with their drafting.
Okay.
It's an insane theory. Yes, I probably sound crazy to a majority of our viewers watching right now, but I don't care because I believe in it. They've done it before.
I don't know if I can jump on board the Aldous
Yeah,
train.
exactly. No.
That's fine. When Aldous shows up, I'm gonna be here sitting pretty, saying I told you so.
Until then,
Until then,
you're
yeah,
the harebrained prophet that says that the end is nigh.
I'm gonna be a meme. I'm that doomsayer who's like, oh, the world is ending, and everyone's
The
just like,
sky is
fine.
falling. The sky is falling.
Thanks
Take
for-
Aldous.
Thanks for calling me Chicken Little just now. Throwback. Wow, that revealed my age. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a classic animation.
How many hours
Back
back
when
when Chicken Little came out?
Okay, no,
Back when it was just called animation.
yeah. But honestly, okay, I'm sort of messing around here. But the point I'm trying to make, of course, is again, see if you can flex something. Coach Bonchan already teased it
The
somewhat.
final ube.
The final
ube.
What is truer than going back to your season 7 strength?
What's truer than putting Hodge in to play when Yue was working overall, when Yue played to get us to the grand finals? Well, only Blacklist International has the answers. And only they could take us to Game 7 because AB Bren's at match point, folks. Here we go. They're also on the play, by the way. Standing on the Fredrin, the Baksha, and the Edith, while Blacks International takes out the Joy, the Nolan, and the Matilda.
So still very similar band. Has this been the same bands every time from AP Bren? I feel like throughout the entire series, maybe, albeit the Edith, the Akai is open.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 is the same.
But also, I'm wondering, have we seen Edward actually play the Charizla every single game? What did he switch up to? Because the Charizla is one thing that, I don't know, maybe they need to change for this one. Because the Faramis is picked up first from AP Bren, so they're there.
You're right.
It's Charizla every time, right?
Oh no, he's been Riz this whole time.
Yeah.
1-1 with the Riz.
You're right, yeah. It's just all been Charisma. Okay. See if that changes. Okay, no Aldous.
Okay, Akai Valentina.
That's already settled. But yeah, okay. So they don't go crazy. They say, hey, it's match point, stick to our strengths. Believe that you're gonna get what you want to get with what we've been shining with all season long. And I'm not gonna knock those things. It's worked out for a long time for them. See if they can pull that through. AP Bren is left on the table. See if they can try to force Blacklist to pick up the marks. Also, Arlott, Flap Teasy's feeling it is what AP Bren is saying, and they go Martis. Roman gold will be the last one. Unless, I'm also just not going to turn off the idea that this might be a roam Arlott. However, that's usually picked up against assassins. So, good chance it is XP lane, and we'll make Blacklist think, hey, are we still really going to pick up the Charizla, or are we going to do something different here for Edward? You know, maybe? They feel like it?
This early on, as a preemptive answer.
Bren might bat it out. Want to be more aggressive. He played so many games as Charizla. So they'll go for their mark first. Bruno, so they're going to try and pinch Super Marco, but there's a lot of options available right now.
There's H&M. Closing the gap here between Ohem and Super Marco. Looking at the index. Man, AP Bren, they understand. I think the numbers don't matter to them anymore. Right now, what we're reading, what we're seeing is they're in a state of flow. They understand that this is the kit we need. This is how we've been playing so far. And if Blacks International, we all don't catch up to the pace, we're taking home the championship.
Taking out the Sticky while they have an Arlott, signaling something. Oakland's pick here might be more traditional.
The Tar.
But, sorry, excuse me?
The Tar.
The Tar,
The
the Mino. But
The Tar.
giving it to the Valentina though is very risky, especially that you're already up
Yeah.
against an Akai.
What do you give though? The
Yeah.
Netherrealm or the Fury?
That's true.
There's some level of decision making that you need to make.
Yeah, and we've had a long-held theory that one of the things that you can do to deal with the Valentina is to just overload her in choices.
Yep. Your engagement and the way you approach fights change depending on what ult you steal.
Oh, finally, Novario shows up para sa pad. Poor girl.
She's not going to be picked today, man. At least for now.
You can see Coach Dexar hovering over the hitman's shoulder. And Coach MTB seems to be spewing off a bit of instructions. What is the play here? Is this a time? True Ube.
Final Ube. That's what we're...
Oh, he's nodding. Oh!
Give him the go. Oh,
Okay.
he gets a changeup.
How true can you get when you go back to Agent Zero's roots?
Tough for the Clint, tough for the Beatrix. So they're gonna really have to make a choice here. And I like how Blacklist approaches this. Now they're going for fast, they're going for speed, they're going for quick scaling. Well, AP Bren, how are they gonna round this out? Are you still just gonna go Irithel here? Classic Erie Bruno, what is your roamer? Are you really gonna go for a setup? Pick off? Maybe. You already have two frontliners. What if you go Kaja? What if you go Kaja? But you're giving ultimates now to Valor.
Tough choice.
Yeah. Lots of routes that they can go for. It's a trade. It's an obvious trade.
Going down the wire here, the final two picks.
It's Irithel. And it's Ruby.
This is a
Voloisky is watching and saying, hey, I know that hero.
Interesting. There's so much CC available to AP Bren, bro. And I guess that's exactly why they took the Diggy out.
Same situation as game 4, man.
Yeah.
4-1. It's just the Irithel that really is just dishing out damage. Everyone else puts you in place.
What if this is the swing jungle pick?
Makan guys.
No,
Makan
I'm
guys.
leaning towards Kupra. Oh, there it is. It's back. It is back, folks.
Wait, so the Akai is the roam?
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. That was the swing.
Yeah, that was the swing. I was thinking about it. So, this, ladies and gentlemen, is actually not a signature of Bren J, but a signature of his former compatriot, Yawi. This is a signature Akai roam.
Speaking of Yawi, him and H2O Marakino, a dance on social media. They're going to have to woe in honor of their good friend and brother because they didn't pick the Cho or the Matilda. Let's look at the index.
Yeah, support utility high for AP Bren, crowd control, very, very close. Objective close. Push a little bit stronger for Blacklist because they do have the Bruno. Overall damage, this is a very on-par draft. I think the only edge right now from AP Bren is the burst that they have. The Benedetta might struggle here, but the thing is, this Popol and Koopa is set up for success. It's not going to be the Bruno, it's the Popol and Koopa they've set up for success. They're up against the Benedetta in that lane. It's going to be good for Sensui.
There's a magic word that Blacks International have to consider,
Multiple
and AP
game, yeah.
Bren are starting to wonder, how do we address this?
Napaka-Indian terakhir guys.
We got to get in there to get this done. And it looks like Blacks International not going to let it happen, not so quick. Game number 5 here, match point for AP Bren for the Season 12 Championships. It's a foot, AP Bren with a quick start.
Look at this. Renegade already playing into this side of the jungle. Just going to get the information that they need and work around with that.
What this is from the Blacklist International. They know that they can control the jump with Kyle Teams. They just send it high. They don't have to worry. Kyle gets stuck without a problem. They're going to punish him.
This is troublesome. Already getting that flicker out. It's good that he had that, but again, you know, this is crucial for Blacklist.
High roll. Will throw off. Finding the fake red, especially around that nether realm. He's going to have to hold on to that. All the toughest things that you can build for an Akai pick up. Put yourself together for that movie. And tenacity actually for that Bruno. So that's acknowledgement by Ohed, knowing how important he is here in this composition for Blacklist International. And just like in the Popol and Koopa, gonna be rushing damage, Assassin Emblem.
Yep. Triple flicker on AP Bren. I think that's how they're going to address the whole range situation. Renegade in trouble.
Renegade, they know he doesn't have a
Purple
flicker
ball.
here. First blood going in the hands of Kyle Teasy. There's the answer, though. Haji couldn't get the cleanup he was looking for, and Sensui joins a little bit late. So first blood in the hands of AP Bren.
Great space here for Blacks International, given that they sent Kyle Teasy home. And Sensui looking to rush his first major objective.
Not a worth a trade there. Hoping to try to delay, but it looks like Blacklist will take this turn without a problem.
Should be able to. They're going to try to hold it down. Sensui will secure it. Now AP Bren just going to back off here. Blacklist happy with that.
Good read of the situation by Blacklist International, seeing that Kyle Teasy got 3 hits from that turret. course, the Terrify from Haji's Valentina coming in clutch. Make sure that he'll get that. So it'll be a reset for AP Bren. See if they can make up for it by getting the second turtle, or maybe a gang.
So what I'm going to talk about is the bottom lane matchup, gold lane. What's going on over there? I mean, it's clear that maybe. Oh wait, Edward! Ooh, eye for an eye, right
I
at
see
the
you.
final slash.
Yep, that's what Edward says.
Okay.
The Hefe of the Efe. Eye for an eye, yeah.
Great. That works.
Cool.
I like it.
Here we go. Let the Wanderer fight.
Still going to be going here. They find the lockdown with a heavy spin. Trying to turn it around. They can't do it. Blacklist International finds what they need to in the early part of this game. And now they're going to push Super Marco back from the turret as well.
Marco here in trouble, could not even get the cards. And look at this 3-minute push is happening.
That's what Blacklist wants to do, and they are able to maximize it. Oheb actually didn't run this. He was waiting for the minis to come just a little bit closer so that he'll get something out of it. The Sakai pickup, surprise by Blacklist International, working out very well for them. It's Sui and Oheb Arlen. At this point, they're okay.
Yeah.
Haslas already goes up by the Bruno. 1,000 is a gold lead.
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like for this entire series, this is the biggest lead this early on. 2,000 gold right now for Blacklist International. A ton of that also just helping them scale up really well. Again, you mentioned this, Redmar, in the draft. They want to go fast. They want to build up and scale fast, and Oheb is on course for that.
How better do it than to shrink the map and make that gap between your gold lane mate all the more larger.
They're playing around the more the foil of the farmers as well. Every time they see that we can no longer avoid being crowd control, Blacklist just go all in.
It's going to be a crucial one once again, the fight for this turtle. There goes Renegade, goes in, huge Electo final blow. Flap TZ though quite low, Sensui secures the second turtle here. And Blacklist is on to a great start.
Amazing. A single heavy spin, able to neutralize 2 or 3 heroes from AP Bren single-handedly.
Wow, what a surprise pickup by Blacklist, and it's working out in spades, and it's working out everywhere as Renegade doing the dance of his own drum. I think he just translated Baka Renegade ito. And you see right now, just that Irithel is getting decimated in lane because of how well Blacklist were able to supplement Oheb. Supermarket can't do much. At some point, I think Bren will have to understand the fact that they will lose.
Huge, I'm offended in the final slash. What a combination, a wombo combo. Super Marco gets a double kill out of it.
Huge. AP Bren clap back right then and there. Heavy spin versus I'm offended. What is a true game changer?
World, those are our rovers for M5, and they've been putting on a show so far, and I feel like that was the most respectful recall spam ever. That's acknowledgement of game recognized game by Renegade and Oakwin.
Like Ricochet and Will Ospreay from NJPW, you know it, man. Looking at this bottom lane situation, Super Marco recovering well, but Blacklist International, are they stepping on the clutch here? Are they changing gears? Because they know now that, hey, if Ogun makes the call, they can collapse.
It's gonna be a slightly different changing of gears, and by that I mean they're just gonna switch up lanes, try to make the most out of the map space creation from the Benedetta. But yes, they're really gonna have to watch their positioning as well. They love clumping up together. They gotta be careful with that.
So far, it's all turtles going over to Blacklist International. AP Bren yet to get one. Last one spawning up in the upper quarter, 5 seconds from now. And I'm liking the control that AP Bren are putting here, because they can force the issue. They can force these big ticket ults, right? Yeah, but Blacklist International, they're spreading out too far, so not happening just yet. Blacklist looking to keep this 2K gold lead.
As it stands though, Blacklist International are winning the map.
Again, Flap TZ goes in with a flicker. The final fall. They lose their jungler. NetherRealm going to come back. Renegade runs out of here. Edward trying to keep them at bay. I'm offended from Oakwin. There's the follow-up. And Oheb will fall. And now it's Haji in trouble, all left alone. What a statement from AP Bren.
It's the Filipino Cannon and Master Oakwin yet again. It looked like Blacklist countered that beautifully with Edward's eye for an eye, petrified, but AP Bren said, no, this turtle is mine.
Kyle Teasy here scores it with Renegade hoping to maybe find that small frame, that small window to steal. And with that, Blacklist loses the lead. Just about 400 gold ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, Few now ranked second in the MPL all-time assists, surpassing Yelly Hayes with 2,311. Big fight up top.
They're still locked down with heavy spin. They'll find Flap Teasy.
Renegade still confident. And Blacklist showing AP Bren. You can pick, we can pick too. AP Bren needs to gather their bearings right now. Super Marco able to push that bottom lane. Side lanes gonna come back for both teams. How well they can manage it, because right now AP Bren, they've just been able to catch Blacklist off surprise with those two pickoffs that they were able to do.
Whoa, Kaltizi.
Stolen.
Got it.
Grab that purple. Guilty. Top lane though, left to his own devices, Oheb. He's farming up pretty well. Again, we talked about how Sensui is the pivot point. He will be the fulcrum of Blacklist's comeback here in this series. But so far, when can we expect Oheb to make a difference?
Well, he has the items right now. Oh, wait, so just up to Berserker's Fury. He can make a difference just by staying alive, staying in the back. It's close enough. It's not that big difference between him and the Earthel. It's just that, yeah, AP Bren have just been able to surprise Blacklist and they've been playing off their game. The positioning, though, of Oheb, I must say, he needs to count skills a bit better. Ogwin.
He's looking for his own setup here.
Did he check?
They didn't check this. This could be very troublesome. Renegade gonna be able to find him out. There's the I'm offended. Can he get away from this? Heavy spins out, gets dragged back, flickers out to stay alive, and all this 10 seconds away for the Lord.
2 minutes until Renegade can actually get in with a heavy spin flicker play. That'll make this Lord all the more difficult for Blacklist to secure, which explains why AP Bren are just standing around here. They're controlling the mid lane, and eventually, oh, there's the pull.
Super Marco, third item, Great Dragon Spear. This is AP Bren saying, we'll hit our power spike now and we will end this quicker. Now, rather than later.
Gonna have to battle this out. Ogwin goes in. Full on team fight for the Lord. Who's gonna get another round? Gonna be worked on. Super Marco's in. Oheb gets the kill. And now working for it. Flap Teasy to fall as well. Blacklist International turning the fight around. It's a double for Haji. And Sensui gets the Lord.
A disastrous turn from Blacklist International, isolating the members of AP Bren, making that cult altar nullified, Netherrealm useless. Few left here wondering where it all went wrong.
Oheb, positioning, fantastic by the Filipino sniper. And AP Bren just lacking. Super Marco a little bit too excited with the positioning, but they're going to be going forward.
Oh, they could be in trouble here. AP Bren wants to fight back, but Renegade keeps him at bay with the heavy spin. That turret held on with 1 HP, but now the Lord makes its way up top.
Oh, look at that Agent Zero working on that dead lane down bottom, pushing it deep. AP Bren are cordoned off. They are locked inside their own base. They have to defend. What's Edward doing? Oh.
Edward does it. Gets the turret. Can he make the escape here? Final Slash gonna keep him there from getting away. Edward will go down, but he got the base turret.
Expensive, but worth it.
Worth it. Because of the lane equilibrium, AP Bren can't actually push out aggressively with a 5 versus 4 advantage, so definitely worth it. A great play there by Agent Zero.
And now bottom lane gonna be taken care of. AP Bren needs to clean up a bit. They need to turn the map blue because Blacklist International, the next time a big fight breaks out, oh, it's all in favor of them. They're looking at about a 3K, 4K gold lead. Let's check out that Lord turn once more.
What a pull there. It was a Renegade and Koopa. Oheb wasn't even there just yet. A little bit too early was that initiation by Ogwin. They didn't know where the Bruno was. Super Marco off position. And that was a hell of a turn by Blacklist. But also looked like over-eagerness from AP Bren.
Oh, the communication synchronization of Blacks International compromised Few's decision-making. He held on to the flicker. So he used another round first before flickering in. Didn't even use the flicker in the whole engage anyways. So it was that space difference. He couldn't have saved his teammates.
Crowd goes wild. AP Bren, Super Marco already has that win of nature.
One of those moments.
One of those moments, folks.
You gotta be here to witness it, right? But what we are seeing is basically the fact that Blacklist International fighting for their lives here.
Spotted out by the trap. He stopped on a little bit of Koopa's doo-doo. I think that's how I'd like to think of trap is sometimes.
But isn't it a frost trap?
I mean, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
If you're on the opposing side of a Popol and Koopa, and that's why this lineup is so good. That's why, say what you will about Popol and Koopa in the jungle, but as long as his heroes in the metagame, vision suddenly becomes a surplus. You suddenly just control parts of the map you couldn't have prior.
Trap placement, very important. That allows a little bit more breathing room for Blacklist International in terms of dealing with all the surprise engagements that Flap TC and Ogren are giving. Again, the pressure being put onto the map by Edward is just too much right now for AP Bren. The equilibrium isn't on their side. Haji has the nether realm, they're rushing it.
They're gonna go for it. Red and Jay gonna dive in, keeping Kyle easy at bay. Heavy spin gonna come through. Still gonna be working on the Lord. Blacklist will secure it. Ogren gonna jump in. Edward joins the fight. Can they help him out? Nether realm gonna be used. Super Marco will jump in. He'll get stunned. Can they take him down? Wind of Nature. Oheb is gone. Edward on the chase. Does he catch it? Oh! Final blow along with it. He'll get it. But members are down for Blacklist International. They got the Lord. They got Super Marco.
And Agent Zero got away with it. Big trade here. AP Bren 2 for 1, but they give up the big one. And now Edward still going.
Edward gets decimated. But now Lord here in the mid, Renegade and Sensui. There's not much they can do with this. They bought some more time.
Gentlemen, I have a theory. Could the Akai roam switch up be the reason why Coach Master of the Basic was smiling right before the game began? Was it the fact that the heavy spin is now in a role that previously never had it? And that just nullifies a lot of what AP Bren wants to do.
Could have been with the priority of the Valentina. Does seem like it. And it's working very well right now for Blacklist. But AP Bren are keeping this competitive. The Blacklist is still in control. Item check right now, fully built. Is that Irithel, if I'm not mistaken? Yes, while the Bruno is just waiting for one more item there. Wait a minute. With the Roar, the last build there for the Irithel. Super Marco, he should be a little bit more safer with his engagement. He's getting kills, but he shouldn't be going down.
I can't blame Super Marco for the record he's had and, of course, his behavior in the last team fights.
Yeah.
Blacklist International is so good at dispersing and spreading out damage and threats. See, they have 2 marksmen. One corner to save it. It's as if we're not even mentioning and thinking about Agent Zero's Benedetta. They literally just come in at all angles. I'm afraid that Agent Zero's behind me right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's making his way. Look at him, his positioning constantly.
Secret lap chair.
It's just a secret lap chair. We know that, but this is what people like to see from Edward, right? He gets a signature pick like this. He constantly puts pressure against the other teams just by split pushing. And not only that, but even having the pole ball on your side, you not only have an extra body, but also the split push potential is there if they decide to do a last-ditch effort if they need it. But right now, that's the main concern for AP Bren is where is Blacklist International coming from?
I think AP Bren will want to commit into this. A deeper push up top.
Maybe even mid.
Yeah.
Blacklist International is holding on to that tier 1 in mid, and that's a main artery. That's one of the reasons why AP Bren can't rotate or push up as hard. And that's what's making these major objectives all the more difficult for them to lean into, to commit.
Excuse me, I actually meant to say in the bottom lane because it looked like they were shadowing Super Marco with a push down bottom. Just to mirror the fact that the pressure being applied by Edward in the opposite side is just way too much to handle right now. It's forcing them to react. This is the most reactive AP Bren has looked like this entire series. Edward Haji.
You're gonna be in trouble! Agent Zero gets the kill. AP Bren though here on the answer. They're gonna go ahead and work down on Haji. He's down as well with the Lord secured for Blacklist International.
That's a heavy spin spent in. Blacklist International. They know that he was back. Can they force it? AP Bren. They're looking for the long haul here.
Yeah, they have a minion wave in mid. Actually, one a siege minion. They can actually get through here in the mid. And where the Lord's gonna march. Oh no, they're not gonna go through. They're not gonna risk it. A bit more breathing room is just what they wanted. It's 5. Haji will be back in time for a siege. See, Halberd was the last item built up by the Bruno.
Wow. Something tells me AP Bren was looking for more in that trade.
I think one of the reasons why they also stopped was because of that trap the Flap Easy stepped on.
Oh, Renjay gonna get dragged here. Still has the immortality though, so he'll be fine. Can Blacklist International actually do anything with this Lord? They've secured themselves at the almost 18-minute mark. Eyes set on the bottom inhibitor turret. Edward gonna use the final blow out of there. But still, they're going to be putting the pressure here now on the top and bottom.
Blacklist International siege.
Edward.
For 9, mortality pop.
Immortality going to be popped. He will go down here. Not able to get the turret. Now they could be caught out. Renegade going to get pulled. Has to heavy spin. So still, AP Bren holds on to the 2 base turrets.
But again, because of their management, even though they're getting kills on Edward, there's someone else pushing in the opposite side, meaning that the minions are pushed towards the side of AP Bren, and they can't make the most out of a 5v4 advantage. The moment Blacklist slips on managing the offside, then that's when AP Bren can pounce and fight away. But they're pouncing right now, it looks like. No, someone did. It was a retreat by Sensui.
They're heavy in mid here this time around. AP Bren looking to close the gap between them. That 1k gold lead. Tier 2 down. All right, this is going to make that Lord coming up in about a minute. All the more a 50-50. Blacklist International needs to control the long lane here. Talking about bottom.
Back forth in the seesaw. I actually thought that Flap Easy would go and stop that minion wave there, but it looks like they want to keep the flow of it around that part. Few already has a Holy Crystal, so the damage of this Paramis, yeah, if he didn't hurt, he's gonna hurt even more so now. He actually prioritized the Divine Glaive earlier first. Oh, the traps again.
Crucial for those. Ogwin could have pulled the trigger, won't do it. This is the disciplined approach that we've seen AP Bren do before. So even with the lead that Blacklist International was holding on to for a while, you can see that they're still struggling to find wins in these fights against AP Bren. And that begs the question, do they go for some split pushing potential to possibly end the game that way?
But, oh, they were spotted out by the sentry.
Yep.
All of them? I think the right that just edge there was Ogwin.
Flap came out first. Flap was the one who stepped on it. So now, to answer the question, Blacklist can definitely just split push. Blacklist can definitely overload AP Bren's decision making. But AP Bren can decide the turn. If AP Bren finds that perfect turn, which they have yet to do, by the way, folks, in this 20-minute game, then it could be. That's the Lord, started up by Sensui, looking for the pull. River control by both. AP Bren now, more bodies on the scene.
131 positioning has turned into all 5 into the objective pit with the XP laner of AP Bren forward. Renegade is the one getting vision for Blacklist International. They have to pull the trigger on something because now the pressure that Edward is applying in the EXP lane, they're going to rush it.
They're going to have to rush it. Edward now joining this fight. They knows it's going to break out, but not going to be able to get there in time. There's the final flash. All right! Evans into the pole they go. Haji going to fall. Edward now finally a part of the fight. Oh! Not but Sensui, it's gone. AP Bren will win this team fight out unless they can do something about it. Edward trying to chase Super Marco. Can't catch him though. The peel is there.
The turn of all turns, it happened. It's just Agent Zero left. It's a 4v1. Run, Edward, run!
With his Benedetto, the minion wave delaying the clearing. He's holding on for dear life. And Legend Agent Zero, the last hope of Blacklist.
Oh, this is too close to cut it.
Oh no. Oh. We are past TikTok timers, folks. And with that, the waves are looking lethal. Top and mid, AP Bren are escorting what could be the final salvo of a push, a siege for tonight's championship. Season 12 is merely moments away. Can Blacklist International delay? Can they come back in time?
Wow, what AP Bren did there. Flap, the Filipino cannon yet again with a final slash that may be the final one of them all. And I'm offended by Ogwin. Conceal with 3 through the back of the Lord Pit. What a game-winning and potentially series-winning set for APB. And you see the hive, they feel it. The buzz is in the air.
Something tells me Bees are outnumbered by the agents 1-5 here in EVM. But all the more, that's why it's important for the agents to show up, make some noise, and give support to their team because they need it right at this very moment.
This is going to be possibly final defense, if you will. And if you looked at the timers before we took this little break, this breather, I'm not sure if they'll be able to be full force to defend it. So it's really up to how Edward can delay some of that until the rest of the team is up, because, you know, AP Bren is pretty much, they have it in sight. That's what they're after.
They can smell it.
This could be the end of the season. Could be the end of the series. A potential last look at our beautiful crowd.
Well, 0, the only one left. About 10 seconds until the next member, Haji.
They should be up in time. Haji, Edwards gonna buy as much time as he can. Clears the waves. Goes down. AP Bren from World Tour to Home Tour. AP Bren does it.
Bren
Tonight they're champions in
juaranya.
home soil. AP Bren are your MPL Philippines Season 12 champions.
Promise finally fulfilled. Sweeter than honey is the victory long desired. The Bees
Congrats
are
Bren
now
after
the
the
best.
sport.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. Bask in the glory of AP Bren as they finally take home a season championship.
Man, what a story these guys have had for even the past year, even last season, what they went through in the playoffs to where they are now today. Talk about growth. Talk about an amazing story for this organization.
An A+ performance by the Bees. A surprise initiation to end them all. What a run for the year of triumph for this roster, for this squad.
A show of love and sportsmanship to their grand finals opponents. World-class, top-tier Blacklist International put it all on the line. They held nothing back. They called the KD machine out of the dugout, and they put on quite a show. But tonight, AP Bren reigns supreme.
Man, again, we'll still see these guys battle it out ahead of us. M5, and then you got Coach Ducky here.
What a night.
What a night.
What a night.
The new Hall of Legend. Amazing.
Multi-time MPL champion now, under the formerly known as Bren Esports, now under AP Bren.
One of the most impactful movements of the season here. Sensui going to Blacklist International kept their hopes alive. You see not only Blacklist International, but this shows the unity of our Filipino representatives for M5. Bren, AP Bren, comforting Sensui as well.
Tambay ketemu
Folks,
di
boys,
MPLI
gentlemen,
sama
I can
M5.
feel it. We're in good hands for M5.
We're gonna defend